like to reconvene this standing committee on finance meeting today, January 14th at 1700 hours. So I'm looking for a motion to reconvene first and foremost. Councilor Guillo and Councilor Manuel. Someone's a little slow over on that side of the table. All those in favor, opposed, carried unanimously. And just as a reminder for folks that this meeting is being live audio video fed and is being broadcast and also recorded via Zoom and will be available on the Town of Golden YouTube page. We'll move right into the agenda, which is the next item on the agenda. Miss Brown, do you have a preference of which one we pick on first? There's economic and there's environmental, I believe.
I will let you choose what you would like to discuss first.
Economic comes before environmental. Let's go that way, alphabetically.
Certainly. Let me just open it up and we'll get right to it.
Okay, and I see that we've added planning and development services to the list for today. So catch me if I skip out on that one.
You bet I will.
Has that been delivered digitally?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Are we almost ready?
Oh, I apologize. That's me coming with late.
You may have just picked the wrong person to deliver the message. You are so organized.
It was quite a pile. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Councilor.
And those boys can fight over. You can give them.
I will let them fight.
Okay, with that, we will get on the road. Miss Brown, we'll turn it over to you, and we're dealing with budget summary for economic development.
We've got the segment economic and development, and we've got broadband services starting first. So rental and lease revenue is for a couple of stacks in our IT room at the moment. Relatively the same year over year. Some of the contracted and general services are slightly increasing, so you'll see a commensurate decrease in the transfer to the broadband reserve. I believe this is slated for discussion coming up, but there's no major changes within the budget at this point in time. Unless there are any questions, it's sort of a self-funding service at the moment with the rental and lease revenue covering off all the contracted in general at this point in time.
Okay, council, any questions with regards to broadband services? Councilor Rowley.
Thank you. With the reserve, is that specifically just to kind of cover some of the operating costs for renewal for any of the hardware in that space, or what's the function of that reserve?
Ms. Brown?
So the specific reserve is directly related to the funding that we had originally received, I believe, from CBT for the broadband and the creation of the service. And so for any renewals in that regard, I don't think it's been something that we've dug into in the last few years, but it's definitely something that we will need to in the future.
Follow up, Mr. Denegar.
Funny you ask. We were actually speaking about this earlier this week with the head of IT as well and Alicia. We're planning this year to deep dive into the actual cost of the structures themselves, the fiber optics under the ground. There's very little actual equipment that is ours that's provided by the partners who are providing the service. It's really just the glass in the ground and a portion of the generator that supports both our internal IT systems and this system. So as part of the preparation for the long-term financial plan for asset management, we're going to be confirming the value and lifespan of these two different items, the fiber, which has about a 100-year lifespan, and a generator maybe 20 years. Fortunately, somebody on the other side of the room recently got a quote for a generator that's very similar. So we'll be knocking on Chris's door, asking him for numbers on that. And so that'll feed into a recommendation in the next upcoming budget to actually fund this appropriately to make sure it is actually covering off that portion of generator. And then eventually, like 80 years from now, 80 to 90 years from now, potentially replacement of the fiber optics themselves. Though there is a 100-year lifespan expected for fiber, it's not actually known at this time. No fibers actually ever run out of lifespan. And as well, we're going to be looking at both capital replacement reserve and perhaps an operating reserve. Like I think they're actually two different accounts right now, but looking at funding those in future budgets to make sure that we also take care of potential little hiccups like a contractor digging up a line accidentally, and that might just be a one-off fix, and calling a contractor out to fix that versus replacing the system itself. So that discussion is going to be coming up. We're also expecting increased revenue starting perhaps in the next 2 to 3 weeks from another ISP who's looking to utilize that service. So expected revenues will actually be higher than budgeted.
Do you think that any follow-up, Councillor Utley?
No, thank you.
Councillor Guil?
Yeah, that was kind of one of the questions I had. Why doesn't the broadband leasing generate more operating surplus?
And speak to that if you might.
Mr. Dinnigar?
So what they're leasing is basically a inert glass with an extremely long lifespan, and the support that we provide is almost nothing other than a small space in the rack itself and a portion of the generator replacement cost. So it's from the history of it that there was a lot of money put in through CBT and other grants, that it wasn't an outlay from the taxpayers. We do need to now plan for the replacement if we're going to keep this thing running. But the original impetus from it, from what I've talked with other staff about and what's documented, is that the intent was to look at it as an economic driver for ISPs to be able to compete and provide services. And that's why we've got another partner perhaps coming on, is that they want to provide services to businesses downtown. But our system's pretty limited too, in that there's only a small length of fiber that's being used. We don't have the infrastructure to the extent that would really make it something that's worth a lot more. And because we're not providing the switches or any sort of technical support on top of that, it's not a great justification for increasing prices dramatically above that. But we do want to at least base them on the capital and operating costs that we foresee.
Any follow-up, Councillor Guil?
I just think it's a great business. You don't have to do anything.
Passive income.
And as far as some of that history, CBT wanted fiber down that back alley to their building at the time. The town of Golden took the opportunity and put it along that whole block. And so now we just lease to ISPs. We don't provide any services to a user. That's correct?
That's correct. It's hands off. The ISP may come in and swap a switch out every few years, and that's it. That's our whole interaction with them, is unlocking the room.
So our contract or contracts, as I'm hearing, is with ISPs, not with end users.
That's correct.
Okay, so now we've had one historical ISP, and now I'm hearing there is a second one.
There's one knocking on the door right now. Yeah.
Which is great to hear, because although there's a limited span on where they can deliver services, it has been totally underutilized to this point in time. It's an opportunity, like Councillor Guio says, it truly is a business opportunity. And going back to the vision when that fiber optics was put in the ground, we saw the potential transformation of a number of those offices that have access to it from whatever they were to more office space that relied on high-speed internet, but that has not happened. Okay, thank you for that. Any other questions with regards to broadband services? Seeing here none, let's move on to ECDEV.
Thank you. So under economic development at this point in time, there is just business licensing. There used to be a contract for Imagine Kootenai that was finished as of the end of 2024, I believe. So business licenses as well as interest and penalties. I do believe there was discussion at our last SCOF meeting regarding the inspections and both for the building as well as the fire, which will come into consideration for under this segment, but at this point in time, we haven't opened that Pandora's box. So we just have the business licensing revenues, which in 2025 exceeded our expectations by 37%. So we had budgeted for 56, but with the intake of all the STRs, we obtained revenues of 77,500 for a total bottom line contribution of 78,900 to the general funding sources for the town of Golden. For 2026, we're estimating approximately the same in terms of business licensing. I rounded it out to 77,000. You can call it conservative or minutia, but there could be one or two businesses that disappear, or we could actually outperform again, which is my greater hope. And we'll reevaluate that next year with the new reiteration of the 5-year financial plan. Projection for interest and penalties has reduced as well, but not entirely. We're still anticipating there may be some late payments. So overall, a contribution to the bottom line, and I have about a 35% increase over the anticipations of last year. So welcome any questions you have regarding business licensing.
Council, any questions? I'm just looking at 25 actuals and 26 projection budget. The 35% is over the last year's budget, not over the actuals. Okay, thank you. And I guess the one comment was greater hope that there'd be increased revenues through the business licenses. But I'm hearing that the increased revenues through the business license came as a result of the implementation of STRs. So is that a direct hope for increased STRs?
Increase Golden is always a beneficial thing.
Thank you. Just having some fun. Councilor Routley.
Thank you, Worship. Yeah, it's definitely quite the jump, assuming everyone started right at the beginning of the year and not weren't prorated at least. 299 businesses over and above what was initially projected, which is pretty amazing. Obviously, yeah, STRs being a big bump, and I guess just echoing the excitement for better cost attribution and really seeing, making sure that business licenses remain a sustainable price, seeing as how they've remained stagnant, with the exception of dispensaries.
I'm just thinking under economic development, I think it's only fair to have that conversation about economic development services Golden Community Economic Development. So at this point in time, this is not taxation. It has not been taxation to this point in time. To that end, Director Cathcart, myself, Mr. Dinagar, is there anybody else at the table? That meeting, anyways, there was discussion about the concept of, and there was a movement towards moving ECDEV or some portions of ECDEV from EOF to taxation. That would take the direction of council. At this point in time, Mr. Dinner, could you give a review of that little chinwag, the chit chat that we had, the three parties had?
Do you want the history as well of last year? Or just moving forward? There was some discussions way back in January, February, I think, right when I started, about the potential of, I believe it was moving about $30,000 from each party into taxation. I believe it was about that amount. That didn't make it into the budget process for whatever reason. I think it was just something lost in the mix of budget and my starting. unfortunately, the agreement and the plans of Golden CED were anticipating that. Hirings were done, projects were planned with the anticipation of a certain budget amount. And it was discovered rather recently that that had been missed in our taxation. And thanks to Director Cathcart, stepped up and filled that funding gap to make sure that the 25-26 year for Golden CED would be fully funded, so there wouldn't have to be a cut in services, programs, or staffing there that support the programs. And moving forward for the foreseeable future until further conversations occur, I believe the desire is to keep using the EOF funds. They're there for economic development. Golden CED does support both the town of Golden and Area A, and they're certainly putting a concerted effort into actually ensuring that they're balancing that impact fairly upon each of the parties. So I think that's a good approach for now, especially with some of the increases we're seeing just in cost of living and so forth here. And then as well, there's been discussion of, and we're hoping to explore the idea of a long-term agreement with them, because it's a near miracle that they've been able to do what they've done when they have to hope year to year that they're getting funding. And we saw that in their presentation, that their plan, their hope that they gave to council was they're looking out 5 years, with from now on just a cost, CPI or inflation based increase, because they're at a level of sustainability in terms of staffing to program delivery. And much like, I think the analogy and the concern was like, if we enter into a long-term agreement with Golden CED, but EOF funding really is a year-to-year thing from the province, is that fair? Is that doable? And I think the answer is yes. It's very much like we may enter into a mortgage personally. Your income is still paycheck to paycheck, but you're making an agreement that if that continues, the agreement with the bank continues. You continue having that 5-year term. So we look at a 5-year term with Golden CED on the condition that EOF funding continues to be available. If it isn't, we'll pivot then. And also good news is Golden CED is moving to the calendar fiscal year, so it'll be better aligned and we won't have this weird 24-25 program year followed by a 25-26 program year. It'll just be the annual year. Their 5-year financial plan will match with ours and the regional districts, so it'll actually be much better aligned. And then there's also conversation about reporting on a quarterly basis to make sure everybody has a richer understanding of what they're actually delivering. So that'll be coming back.
That is a much better recap than I could have ever possibly done. Thank you very much for that. And just to remind everybody that the GCD contract is for $375,000, and that's all come from EOF for 2026 as well as 2025.
That's correct. And they're still on a 25-26 program year internally themselves, why it causes some confusion as well. And then we have had a $5,000 holdback until they do the reporting in the summer, which is towards their financial year end. So hopefully this is the last time that weirdness happens and we can just line it up with their own schedule.
Perfect. And thank you for the work on getting that aligned with the proper bookkeeping years and accounting purposes. Okay, just wanted to make sure that council is aware that that is also going on under economic development, but is funded outside of taxation. Okay, please.
Just one question. With the way the contract works now with EOF, there's no deliverables, right? It's just the only thing they have to do is report to us quarterly. That's already was one of the deliverables of the contract with EOF.
So the EOF itself doesn't have those guidelines in it. It's not intended like a grant program where there's the grant dependent or reporting dependency for the grant. But the agreement that is a 3-party legal agreement, the contract, it's a contribution agreement between us and the regional district and Golden CED. It lays out the reporting requirements and the program delivery requirements. There's actually a list, and I'm happy to share it with council if you're interested. The mayor was CC'd on as well. He's welcome to share it with council. That it lays out point by point all the things that they're required to deliver as services. And then one of the conditions of the $5,000 holdback is to provide their financial report and to give quarterly updates. From my understanding, although that was written in as quarterly updates, it wasn't always consistently delivered, and there wasn't clarity on what that would look like and what would include. It is quite onerous for the administration of Golden CED to do quarterly updates. So I know there's a request from them to look at maybe bringing it down to like biannually or twice a year, just to make sure it's meaningful and not too much overhead for, they'd rather spend their hours actually delivering the services, but we want to make sure that it's actually useful to council and to the board. So that legal agreement is what holds their feet to the fire and what they're expected to deliver. And those delivered services and programs and so forth, those are what they presented both to council and to the board to get the support of council and board to get the EOF funding. That was their original, proposal or argument for why they should get the EOF funding. So that's baked right into that agreement, and it has been modified with each successive year of agreement. That list of deliverables is part of their contract, so they're expected to deliver those and to report on them.
If it
Oh.
was through taxation though, because we have to answer to the taxpayer, would it be different?
I don't think so. I think that the contract's actually quite robust.
I think
The list of what they're offering to deliver and are delivering and are reporting on delivering is all there in black and white in the contract. If there's a desire to have more transparency on that, we could certainly talk to them about publishing that, or we could republish what they publish. It's all on their website,
Yeah.
what their strategic plan is, right? And the agreement itself is 5 pages. And then attached to it is their financial plan and their strategic plan. So it's all laid out what they're doing. It's quite long-term plans that they have. So anyone really right now could go onto their website and see exactly what they're doing. So whether it's funded through EOF, which really the public's still funding through your BC Hydro bill. So whether it's funded through EOF or it's funded through property taxes, there's still a need for accountability to the public who's funding it.
And just one other comment, EOF, Economic Opportunity Fund, is payments in lieu of taxes by BC Hydro on concrete and steel, anyways, built infrastructure. Any continued follow-up?
I just would personally, I don't think we had a really good overview of the contract or seen the budget or anything. So for us, it would be great to have that when they come to report.
So to that end, just the document you spoke about, just to ensure that that is circulated, but that information has actually been part and parcel of each of the presentations that we received from.
There's right. I mean, the budget was included in their PowerPoint presentation, which is actually attached in the contract. So that was provided to council many months ago when they put in the request to council for that resolution to support the EOF application that went to the board.
But the budget just showed basically hiring people, I think. It wasn't in depth.
Yeah, I don't think for the purposes of presentation, they didn't tie, staff hours to each project and deliverable that their services are, but they did list the services as well. And again, that is in their strategic plan of the services they're delivering. And so if that level of details are requested from them, certainly they have an internal budget.
So, and that's kind of the point that that's the conversation is, what do we expect more from them in the reporting? Let's probably process wise, let's circulate the contract, the information, have a chance to digest that, and then we can have some conversations around whether or not we need to change the reporting structure or change some of the criteria. Any further follow-up on Councilor Wheel? Okay.
I was just gonna make one comment on, I think what Councilor Wheel is saying, what also, when we get the reporting quarterly or annually, whatever it is, it's on money already spent. So when the ask is coming through, it's not giving us a projected budget of what they're spending the money on. It's what the money's already been spent on. So we're getting an ask of 380,000 and it's not divided out for what it's for in the future. The closing is the year before that's already spent. So that's, I guess, the discrepancy. Most of the time I would prefer to see what the money's going to that we are awarding as opposed to how it's already been spent.
So ultimately, there's two things here. One is the reporting requirement that they have of the activities that they've done for the previous year. And the other is the proposal for what they're going to do for the upcoming budget.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Any further follow-up?
No, and I actually prefer that it come with EOF funding, not out of taxation, because the fact that it is available. And I know it's still a taxation stream, but it's broader as opposed to taxation. I appreciate it coming from EOF funding. That's it.
You appreciate it coming from BC Hydro as
BC
opposed to
Hydro, yep,
ratepayers.
yeah, because it's not adding on to a tax that we're already increasing for other things. It is a hidden tax, but it's already happening on a different realm. So to me, it's separate in a public mind. And when we're giving money out from our base of taxation, it's increases our taxation and people don't see a decrease their BC Hydro to match.
It provides the peace of mind is my takeaway. Councilor Routley.
Sure.
Thank you. I guess a few points, but starting kind of functionally, this contract for clarity is between the municipality under the signature of the CAO, and is not necessarily like council's contract. Is that an accurate, like, similarly to the fact that we have, you know, a plethora of staff here at the municipality, ultimately council's staff person is the CAO. Similarly with third-party contractors, while we can provide feedback to the CAO of what deliverables we would like to see functionally, if it meets the CAO's purposes, then that's fine. We can provide that feedback. Otherwise, I would just want to confirm that.
Mr. Denigar?
Yes, the contracts has 3 signatories and they're the one employee of each organization. So myself and my counterpart at both Golden CED and at the CSRD, it's signed by that CAO and the executive director. And all of those signatures go on there because the boards or councils have given the blessing through a council resolution and through the decisions here at this table that the funding would be made available for what was proposed publicly in the meetings.
I guess in follow up, of course, 100%, we want to make sure that we're being responsible with ratepayers' dollars, whether it's through the BC Hydro purpose or that avenue, or through direct taxation. But remembering that functionally, we're a governance body, and that this is pretty operational, and so not wanting to get too far into the weeds. I guess on the notion of taxation versus BC Hydro, I look back to, it would have been about 4 years ago, when then Councillor Moss was pretty adamant around, if the municipality, and its core tenet of municipal purpose, is willing to undertake a service, ideally, for the best accountability and transparency as to where service is being funded, that should come from taxation. I tend to agree, but I am certainly cognizant of the fact that the EOF dollars exist, and it is nice to be able to have them. We're never guaranteed them in any given year, and so the prospect of a long-term financial award with this giant asterisk of the sustainability or continued provision of PILT dollars from BC Hydro, it's a big asterisk to carry, and in no way, shape, or form do I think we would want to just give it up, and it would be very painful financially to have to continue that service through taxation. And so I hope that continued conversations will lead us down a path around a transition. I think is necessary. Again, if council is certain that it's a service that the municipality needs and deserves, then we should be able to put our money where our mouths are. And by our, I mean it is the collective our, the entire municipalities, the communities around. Yeah.
Thank you for that. I'm gonna go to Council Manuel.
I'm not sure if we're not getting ahead of ourselves here a bit, but I have reservations about giving us a budget ahead of time before what they're going to do. If it's information only, but I've heard from our your honor that in the past we've had issues when politicians got too involved in economic development, and I'd want to avoid that. And I understand from our CAO that these things are generally more efficiently run outside of and less expensively run outside of the municipality. We don't want it internal. So I think we need support something if they're doing good. Let them be flexible, let them be nimble so they can deal with things that happen. And yeah, but I don't know if we're at that point yet.
For the record, what we are doing over the budgeting process is in fact that we're providing budgets for services that folks are going to be providing in the upcoming year. That's an ongoing normal process. So it's no different for GCED.
Yes, it is.
In what
This-
ways?
This is for the organization we control and we're contracting with an independent group, and they are not civil servants. They're not they act differently, and I think I've heard from more than one person with experience that seems to be the most efficient way of doing it and the least expensive.
So the statement is supportive of Councillor Routley's statement that if in fact we want full accountability, it should be taxation. Is that a fair summation?
I haven't thought about it that way, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Guile?
I don't believe that we should have to even look at their contract, number one, because I don't think we look at other operators' contracts. I think a budget and a plan, it doesn't necessitate that we're gonna dictate how they spend their money or program.
As I said, if
But
it's- oh, sorry.
I think with us, I'd like to see, like, as I said before, and Councillor Cooper, that when we got reporting before, it was always on what happened, not what's going to happen. All I would like to see is what's coming up, how the money for this year that they're getting is gonna be spent, and what their programming is. I'm not here to dictate what they do. That is in the contract. And it's being overlooked. It's not just how they spend their money. There's deliverables, and I'm okay with that.
So, and what I'm getting is just a reiteration of that concept of reporting the contractual responsibility to report on the last year's activities and the proposal for the upcoming year's
Mhm.
funding. Yeah.
We're not here to tell them what to do.
Just like
Yeah.
with staff, we set the broad direction and we don't play with the trains.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you for that. As long as it's not a rebuttal and we get into a debate.
No, it will
Okay,
not be.
Thank you.
All I'm saying is I agree with you.
That
Information.
sounds like a rebuttal.
Sorry, just saying I agree. I agree with you. Information is good. And we're not doing anything. We're just informing ourselves. That's great. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
My comment is a little bit on just the taxation model from taxation or from the EOF funding. And I understand they're both taxation. However, when you're a homeowner and you're paying property tax, but you can be a renter and pay BC Hydro. So it's diluting who's paying, which makes it more evenly spread about everybody as opposed to just property owners. And when it goes to taxation, it's just property owners. And that's a bigger hit because right now it's diluted through everyone who's having property, who's having hydro. So that's the difference. That's the big difference. What I see is you're taking it from everyone and you're putting it back onto just property owners. And I don't feel that that is a fair representation of what the funds are. And if the funds are there, we should use them.
So, and that's a future conversation, and part of me was thinking, well, I apologize for bringing that up, but no, I am not gonna apologize for that. I'm glad we had this conversation. It's got a couple points out that are valuable for Mr. Dinigard to be able to have those conversations with GCED and then provide the appropriate information for council. So with that, we'll move on to the VIX Center, the Visitor Information Center. Please, Ms. Brown.
Thank you. So the Visitor Info Center consists of the center that's operated up on the highway by Tourism Golden. There is some responsibility on our part in terms of maintenance of the building envelope. and the property surrounding. So we do have some service recoveries for the use of the building, but it was noted in a review of the last 5 years that we're maybe overestimating initially the contracted and general services, as well as the service recoveries that are coming as a part of that. And so in 2026, you'll see a reduction in the service recoveries, but another reduction in the contracted and general services as well in terms of the budget. The material supplies and utilities is seeing a little bit of an increase, and I believe there was an error in budget 25 because the previous 3 years were above the $8,000 mark. So that's been brought back up. And then in the years from 26 to 2030, there are 4 identified operating expenditures that I thought I would break out so that you could see them separate and apart from the regular contracted and general services. And that is the Fire Smart initiatives in 2026, some HVAC and flooring in 27, painting renewals in 29, and some concrete repairs and maintenance in 2030. I do see that in the printout that I provided, some of the numbers did not show up correctly. So at the Visitor Info Center, percentage change between 2025 budget and 2026 budget is actually a negative 31%. So from 13,120 in service recoveries down to 9,000 is a 31% decrease. Salaries, wages, and benefits year over year, budget is increasing by 3%. Contracted and general services has decreased by 10%. And then materials, supplies, and utilities has increased by 16%. So the total operating expense increase from 25 to 26 is 16%. However, if you take out that additional Fire Smart initiative, it's actually a negative 4% for the operating expenses and a 6% increase for the cost of the service as a whole as a result of that service recovery decrease. So I welcome all the questions that will be coming my way.
Thank you. We'll go over to Councilor Raleigh first.
Thank you, Mayor. For the basis of the service recoveries, is that just 30% of the contracted and general services, or like how is that being built? So we see the actuals dropping quite significantly, but I think the only real outlier is that contracted and general services. Is it just a recoup of some of those costs?
Thank you for the question. So it is a recuperation of not just contracted and general services, but sometimes utilities as well. So it is a split between the two. There is a contract with Tourism Golden, and we have the items that we do recover based on that. Or any other additional requested works, I think, would be on an as-is discussion basis with the Director of Public Works.
Thank you. Any follow-up, Councilor Raleigh? No, go to Councilor Queel.
Yeah, so the service recoveries that's from Tourism Golden?
That's correct.
Okay, but it's decreasing.
So
And
maybe
that was negotiated in the
we'll allow Ms. Brown to speak to that quotation marks decreasing.
Although it indicates that it is decreasing, the decrease is both in the cost as well as the revenue. You can see that in 2025, we had budgeted $40,000 in contracted services and materials and utilities, but we only spent 31. So the recoveries that we are receiving are a direct result of the expenditures that we put out. Therefore, it is not a reduction. It is simply a cost recovery of services that we are providing on their behalf.
Follow up?
Yeah, and other question is the Fire Smart initiative. Is that for the mulch?
Mr. Cochran?
Yeah, through your worship, that's correct. So this is a result of a recommendation for an assessment that was completed by the fire department. So it's replacement of the bark mulch with stone mulch. It's skirting of the administration building with a tin cladding. And it's staining the timber with fire retardant stain as recommended by the fire department. The 3 items.
Excellent. Thank you. Any follow-up? No? Coach Cooper?
In hearing that, it's just moving from one piggy bank to another, but part of the Fire Smart program, was it not that we've gotten $400,000 over 2 years, and if you use it, you get a $2,000 grant back? So if you're making upgrades of $10,000, should we not be taking $2,000 from the Fire Smart program to cover the $10,000 costing? Because that's
Mr.
what
Cochran or
offered.
Ms. Brown, who wants to speak to that one?
Through your worship, I can't really respond to that. I'd defer to the fire chief if he was on the line. But I don't think he is.
I know it's just moving from pennies to pot, like
Yeah.
one penny to another pot, but it's money that's offered to homeowners to do it. So if the town's doing it, it would be taken from the fire department to put back into this to cover something, but it's minor.
Ms. Brown, are you able to provide information?
I don't know that I'm able to provide information. I'm just not so sure that it's the same for the business versus the residential. It's definitely something I can look into with the fire chief, and see if any of those initiatives could be covered. I do know they have a work plan in place for the funds that they are receiving, so, yeah, wasn't aware.
They
of it. I haven't looked
advertised
into it.
that if you use a Fire Smart as a homeowner, you can get, like, I
Mhm.
believe it did say homeowner.
Yeah, so the
Uh,
residential versus the business would be
yeah.
my major concern,
Okay.
but
enough.
could certainly ask.
Thank you for
Always
that.
worth asking.
I had one question with regards to fire smarting, whether that was the building or the site. And part of me argues in my head that the site is our site, it's our lot. We should be responsible for fire smart and that. The fact that we can actually charge this to the function, the service, is an interesting opportunity. Just an observation, my broader question is with regards to the service itself, visitor information services. It's a partnership with Tourism Golden. Can anybody remind me if electoral area A contributes any dollars to this service that's provided on behalf of our broader community?
They do not.
Thank you for that. That may be an opportunity for future discussions, shared services. We can have staff note that. I don't recall why it isn't part of that, but I don't recall the details of it, so. Just an interest, Ms. Brown, you have supplemental?
Supplemental, I was just gonna say that it used to be covered as part of the GAI. So the GAI building that was up on the top when it was a shared service, it was actually a shared cost between the CSRD and the town of Golden. However, when the building, I believe it was sold and it was no longer used as the visitor information center, the new one was built down here. And there was no cost share generated at that time that I believe with the CSRD. So it's certainly something to contemplate.
Okay, thank you for that, Mike. Okay. Anything else on big services? GA is Golden Area Initiative, just for those who haven't been around that long. Mr. Denigar?
I only learned that one recently too. While you were chatting, I did look up the UBCM Fire Smart program, and it does look at first glance that we could recoup some or all of the costs of the siding and the change in materials. I don't know if it's too late for us to do it, because if the application's already in, we'll probably have to do a change request with them. And I don't know, again, the details of the full budget that was put in, like if they've already consumed what they're expecting out of that funding. But if there's room in there and it hasn't all been allocated that accurately, that they, or that firmly, that there isn't room to fund this, then we may be able to recoup these costs. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
That will be directed to staff.
Thank you. Okay, so that's ECDev. We will now move on to environmental. And Ms. Brown, take it away.
Thank you so much. So environmental services currently are comprised of residential waste and recycling, which is a self-funding service. And then there is also the garbage and recycling that is taken as a part of the entire town. That's under environmental services down below the residential waste and recycling, as well as contaminated sites and mosquito control. So firstly, residential waste and recycling. We have hit most of the targets in terms of revenues, nearly bang on for 2025. In 2026, we'll see a minor increase, but nothing contemplated over and above a regular increase. However, in 2028 through 2030, I have increased the utility fees slightly in recognition that the contracted and general services have increased significantly in the last few years. So the director of operations has let me know that the contracted services with the supplier for residential waste and recycling has increased approximately 6% per year for the next 5 years. Is that, I believe that's accurate, but there's also been an increase in tipping fees. And so you'll see that there is a 7% increase in contracted and general services for 2026 and similar increases year over year thereafter. We've got, I believe, a 3-year bylaw in place at the moment, so up for renewal in the near term. I've projected that we'll have to increase rates at that point in time and included the revenue in as a result. That will obviously be determined in those years once council has had a time to review and a new bylaw is brought forward after being researched. So that is the increase that you see in the contracted and general services. A little less of an increase in the material, supplies, and utilities. Although it should be noted here that for all of those utility accounts, we've created our own increase with water and sewer by increasing those rates by 25% and 15%. And so in all of these budgets, I have accordingly increased those. You'll see those across the board for all the utilities within our budget. The transfer to the general capital fund is a transfer of the residual after the revenue and the planned expenditures, and it is going to a reserve in order to fund future container purchases. We did have planned purchase in 2025, and it did come in slightly under budget, and as a result, we've also been able to, rather than using the planned 16,000 from the waste and recycling surplus, we've only had to use 7,135. Not yet finalized, but fairly near finalized. So that would comprise the residential waste and recycling, and I'll welcome any questions before moving on to the next section.
Thank you, Worship. 2025 actuals for mat supplies and utilities, just an end of year journal entry waiting to be processed, or it's quite a bit lower than what we would normally see? Or was it just a very cheap year for materials?
That is an excellent question. It might just be the variability of spending year over year. Let's take a look here.
Not to delve too much into contracts, but I'm curious because most of the time when we're looking at inflational rates of 2.7, but to have a contract come back with a 6% increase year over year, what's the rationale kind of for, is that, because I would think it would be less than 6% year over year for a contract renewal. So just curious, what is the increase over the 2.7, which is the kind of inflationary going rate?
Through your worship, I think the contract that we hold with the curbside collector is actually 5% per year. Okay, I believe that's the case. We have our current solid waste bylaw is a 3-year bylaw, and it's expiring at the end of 2027. That bylaw, the unit rates in that bylaw are increasing by 5% per year for domestic waste and recyclable waste collection. And just a reminder to council, the tipping fees through the CSRD, the residential waste tonnage cost has gone up 11% in 2026. Projected to remain the same in 2027. And the mixed waste tonnage rate, just for like say a dump truck full of mixed waste is gone up 30%. But again, back to the question, the
Yeah, I would say because
curbside is fine.
what I'm hearing is there's increased service also. So the increased fees, but they're also increasing the service because there is increased people and housing pickups. So, yeah.
There's also increased.
And there's also
to
increased.
the service. So with regards to the tipping fee, is that contained within the contract with the provider or outside of the contract?
Yeah, you're correct, your worship. It's billed through by the contractor on their invoicing to us. So we're paying that way.
So when the CSD increased the tipping fees, those are have to directly be passed on to the end user, which is the residents.
And
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that there is actually increased services with that 5%. That makes sense to then be over the 2.5, 2.7. That's all.
Thank you. Councillor Wheel?
With the increased tipping fees, is there a surcharge? Did they add to that?
Ms. Cochran?
No, through your worship, I don't think that they do add a surcharge to the tipping fees.
So, and also with the fuel surcharge, is that static or is that something that fluctuates?
Ms.
The
Cochran?
through your worship, the fuel surcharge is based on it's not fresh in my memory, but it's based on a percentage over a certain cost per liter of diesel.
Mhm.
And it isn't variable to my knowledge. It's if they're paying more than a fixed amount for the diesel, then we're paying a surcharge on that fuel. I think it's 3%.
Any follow-up?
No.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions with regards to residential waste and recycling? A question kind of looking forward longer term. The CSD has talked about the concept of composting, and then there was subsequent conversations around curbside composting within municipalities as such. Mr. Cochran, are you able to speak to that? Where's that down the pipe as far as on the radar? Is that 1, 2, 5 years down the road, or is it that concept changed?
Thank you, worship. You're testing my memory. We've got there's actually a PTAC meeting scheduled for next week that I'll be attending for an update. But my recollection of the last conversations around residential organics diversion was that through the PTAC, the regional district looked at a couple of different options. One of them was to truck to the facility in Revelstoke, and one of them was to potentially truck down south towards Invermere. And my recollection further is that one of the main issues in this immediate area is there's no land for organics composting in Golden readily available that could be found. So it's tabled for now, is what I recall.
Thank you for that.
Yep.
So just for council's purposes, in future budgets, there may be additional costs for that change in service level. Basically, it's an added service level. So just an awareness thing. And thank you for that. And my apologies for testing your memory. Okay, anything else with regards to residential waste and recycling? Seeing none, we'll get on to environmental services. And no, that was not a.
Bone breaking. So environmental services is the function under which the public works team deals with the garbage and the recycling and a lot of those things for the remainder of the town. It's also an area where we have the contaminated sites as well as mosquito control. So we used approximately 86% of the salaries, wages, and benefits in 2025. And so we've reallocated some of those to other areas for 2026. You'll see a decrease in the salaries and wages of about 15% as compared to budget, and then a slow increase for years thereafter. In contracted and general services, however, there has been an increase, which appears to be relatively large, but it is as a result of an internal allocation. And so when equipment is being used, a vehicle being used, or otherwise, the members of our team are coding that to a specific function, and then we are charging it from to that function and recovering it back to our equipment services. And so we've noted in the last few years that it has increased, and their coding to these functions has been a little bit more, and therefore I've increased it. But it's not an increased dollar cost, it's an increased allocation, just so that you're aware. And so we've got mosquito control is remaining approximately the same. And contaminated sites is a report that we simply have to do every year. I believe the 2025 report billing is still pending, and so it should be going in there shortly. And an overall reduction as a function of those reduced allocations of salaries, wages, and benefits, 4% to this particular service area. So I welcome any questions you have.
Thank you for that, Council. Council Cooper.
In regards to mosquito control, so when we are allocating funds, I remember it's vague memory last year that CSRD increased their mosquito control. So is this funding an increase, or did we stick to what we had basically halfway through the year? When they are allotting more funds, are they asking us for more to cover, or are we sticking with the same amount every year?
Actually, I can add a little bit
Yeah.
of information there. The increase was an increase in budget allocation that came from reserves in the CSRD. And my recollection is that by virtue of the weather changes that they did not have to access that additional allocation of budget. So that would, in all likelihood, go back into reserves and be available for a abnormal year.
Okay, so we're at a stability. So we're not going to get asked halfway through the year to increase funds because it's a bad year or something.
No, and what
okay.
the request would go is to the CSRD, and they would pull that money out of the reserves for those anomalous years.
Okay, so it's a stagnant.
Yeah.
It's a not stagnant water. It's stagnant. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions with regards to environmental services? Contaminated sites. Is there an opportunity? Actually, first, maybe provide me a better explanation of what we spent $205 on relative to contaminated sites, so I can frame my question appropriately.
The $210 is a fee charged by the provincial government for the filing and update of the contaminated sites mapping within the town of Golden.
So is there any potential to draw money from this account, environmental services, to address a brownfield? And here I'm thinking specifically of the Old Town Works Yard, as far as the contamination on that site. Take a step back, big picture perspective. In my mind, we need to address that site so that it's developer ready. And I'm just wondering what strategies there are to be able to do that, where we find the funding to do it. If it fits under contaminated sites, so be it. Are there any reserves relative to contaminated or to environmental services? Could we access funds that way? I think I know the answer to that one, but I'm going to ask it anyways. So any information, any opportunity staff could provide with regards to that? Who wants to take that one on? My apologies. Ms. Brown?
That is a very good question, and I'm going to do my best to take it on at this point in time. So we do not currently have a specific environmental services reserve. There is, however, under operating, I'm speaking very slowly so my clicking can catch up with me here. There is within the operating reserves, a financial reserve, which has a contaminated sites reserve that has a balance of approximately $40,000 as of the beginning of 2025. I haven't finalized 2026 numbers as of yet. So I would have to look further into the details of that reserve, but I don't know that that would be sufficient. I would have to look to my colleagues to let me know about brownfield development, because I certainly do not know how much that would cost. However, there is always an opportunity to increase contributions to reserves, which I would always welcome. However, that would likely come from an increase in taxation as a result, because it's not an existing line item. And so something perhaps to investigate and consider for future years, depending on council's desires.
Okay, thank you. And I'm actually looking for more of an opportunistic approach as far as money's readily available to do this sooner rather than plan or put money away for the next 5 years to be able to address this problem. The housing issues are now in that we have a large parcel of land that's available, and if there's some way that we can get that cleaned up so that it's developer ready, that would be great. Councilor Rutley, you had your hand up, or you had two fingers up, actually.
That's all I can do right now. I was just going to say that it sounds like it would be a fantastic economic opportunity for that land to be opened up, and perhaps there's an avenue there. Again, brownfield remediation, if it is a desire of council and the municipality as a whole, for sure it should, if it's a longstanding function, similarly should fit under taxation, but on a one-off feels like yeah, a fantastic opportunity.
And I thank you for that, and I will just note that by virtue of GCED and other commitments from that are being funded through EOF, there may be some limitations with the EOF fund, but it's a good conversation. Councilor Cooper.
I agree. Kind of as a one-off, to me, it seems like it's a front-end load thing. If we were to put the money out to clean it up, then on the purchase of a selling to a developer, they would in fact pay back that money, because the taxation on a project that may or may not happen is out of my comfort zone, because we don't even know a cost. It seems to me this is a staff report and it's more information required, because yeah, if we could front end load something to sell it, to develop it, then we could recoup the cost as part of a sale of the land.
And I do agree with the fact of a staff report, because that's on the concept of selling it for profit or selling it to break even. There are other potential concepts with regards to that property as far as maybe just totally non-market housing. So to keep affordability, but that's a further conversation. Councilor Manuel, my apologies and thank you for your patience.
Yes, I think we should be dealing with this Old Town Workyard. I think the first thing is to find out what state it's in, how bad, because if we are to sell it, I think anyone who wants to buy it is wanting to know what state it's in, how much work they're going to have to do, rather than a mystery thing, but at this point, I don't think we even know how much it would take to assess the what's there. There is, I think, with FCM, they do something with brownfields, which I think is similar. I don't think it's grants, but there may be something we could work with. But yeah, that's.
So I'll go with my apologies to staff. We took the opportunity of contaminated sites to go down a bit of a rabbit hole that I'm hearing from council that is important to them to somehow get that site cleaned to the point where it's ready for development, and we can have those conversations, what that looks like down the road. So I know that staff have made some notes. Mr. Armstrong had some comments.
Yeah, I was hoping someone on council would address it before I had to. But I tend to recall there's a turnstile for every time someone goes into the dog park, they put some money into dealing with the contaminated site, right? I'm looking at the dog owners. No, I'm just kidding. A few years ago, when folks wanted to examine alternate locations for the what is now the downtown housing project that Golden CD is leading, and I think even prior to that, but at least that's the last time we regurgitated that information, was the professional studies alone to basically get the Old Town Works Yard to a point where it would have a release from the Ministry of Environment was, I'd say, in the 200 to $250,000 range. And if there was contaminated soils that needed to be removed or capped, that could double that figure. And that information is now 4 years old. But we worked with our environmental consultant to just get that ballpark figure. Um, Further, I'll offer that there in our affordable housing strategy, there are strategies around municipally owned land and how to leverage those for affordable housing projects. And the Old Town Works Yard is definitely one that was in mind when creating that strategy. So I think as Golden CD, who's really championing the housing portfolio as a nonprofit housing society in the community, they're starting with their Project Big undertaking happening right now. Hats off to them for getting final project approval in October and being where they are. They're getting experience. They now have a dedicated housing person as part of their team. The role of that organization as it evolves over time is definitely something that I think would evolve maybe how the corporation and the community views the future of the Old Town Works Yard. They also have their own skin in the game now with the acquisition and their stewardship of the Purcell Housing Society, and that's another future project for them to look at that parcel, which is nicely next door to the Old Town Works Yard. So ultimately, I think the Old Town Works Yard is well suited to a mixed housing project with should have market components and affordable components. And in order to really plan that out, I think there's some strategic thinking involved, and that would probably be something that would be down the line a bit. In the end, we are land banking a parcel, and that's great. But having a plan to deal with the contamination is something on the staff's radar, and we did seriously look and work with some grantors to look into it a year ago, particularly the REDIP grant, and it didn't quite fit, but we did look and ultimately Councillor Manuel is right. FCM is a loan program to address brownfield projects. So hopefully the right grant comes along. But that's what I can offer for the moment. And the turnstile idea.
Thank you very much for that information. Seems like big numbers, then I put it into a context, and it's like, that's two single family residential lots, $500,000. That's nothing if you can look at a high density lot. So just in that context, part of me struggles with the down the line. Housing is an issue now, and I think there's opportunity to be able to address that. So at a conscious level, council, let's work with staff and see what opportunities there might be for the near future as opposed to long distant future. Is there
A resolution has magically appeared on the board.
Oh, I was looking up at Councillor Hamblett. I'm looking for a mover of that. Councillor Routley, Councillor Guillo seconding that. Thank you, Ms. Seville. Everybody kept pointing over there, and I was looking at Councillor Hamburg, and his hand wasn't up. Councillor Hamburg, would you like to speak to the motion, the resolution?
No, I support it.
Okay, that was a vote in favor. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried unanimously. With regard to environmental services, Ms. Councilor Manuel?
What's related to our town work yard, and I was just wondering, and I've asked this before, sorry to be repetitive, can we sell that wretched little white house we own and get some money off it, maybe to put towards this kind of project?
that's a whole nother discussion we probably should not enter into tonight by virtue of that doesn't fit within this.
Yep, I'll accept that, yeah.
Okay. So with that being the end of environmental services, we move on to. I'm just catching up with my computer. It's not gonna work. Draft planning and development. Ms. Brown.
Thank you, Mayor Rosist. So planning and development services is going through a few transitional changes this year. As you're aware, we've got some hiring to be done. So some of that is reflected in the current budget. I will start at the top though, and we'll get down to that afterwards. License permits and fees. It's never good to rely on an over estimation of license permits and fees, and so it is. While we're increasing our budgeted amount over the prior year, we're not nearly meeting the current year, as it really depends on what applications come in any given year. So don't want to over rely on that. Service recoveries also are not something that we rely on specifically. It is as a result of work that is driven and costed out down below in the contracted and general services. So if you look at the contracted and general services for 2025, it has $95,000, but 55 of that has been recovered. And so although it appears as though 120% of the budget was spent, a portion of that was directly recovered on behalf of the department for the work that was done. Then we've got revenue from grants, so the capacity fund for local government. We've got some work continuing in that regard for 2026. So just a carry forward of funding there. Let me see, operating expenses. There is an increase in salaries, wages, and benefits, but limited. We have budgeted for the year for positions that are currently vacant in hopes that we will have those hired soon. And in contracted services, there has been an additional budget included for the potential to have to use contracted services for some of the building inspections in the next little while. So that's a bump for 2026 and then hopefully steadying out over 27 to 2030. And then materials, supplies, and utilities, no major changes in that budget. A few anomalies in the operating expenses for 2025, but still within the operating expense total budget as approved by council for 25. Projects for the Planning and Development Services Department are ongoing. So we've got the Development Infrastructure Financing Guidance has been completed as of 2025, and it did come in over budget. The Interim Housing Needs Report, however, did come in under budget. So we've got the DCC bylaw update, which is ongoing with a slight increase in budget required for completion in 2026. And then ongoing work on the official community plan and zoning bylaw. The funding has not been expended in 2025. And so the difference between the budget of 25 and the actual has been put into the out year of 2027 to complete this project. And then we've got floodplain bylaw update, as well as a new housing needs assessment and a subdivision and development servicing bylaw update. Some of the funding sources for this have been approved in last year's budget, and it is coming from both the asset operating reserve and the transfer from our general surplus. So overall, just a 6% increase in the budget, despite some potential challenges with recruitment and building inspection services for the months to come. So I welcome any questions you have regarding the Planning and Development Services budget.
Okay, thank you, that Councillor Guil.
So with some of these operating projects, were they paid out in previous years that are not showing up on this budget as well? Like, I just wanted to know what the real cost is for like the the interim housing report. Was any of that work done in 2024? Or everything that it costs to do these projects listed right here?
Just gonna pull the budget for 24 and see if they're forward. I believe the interim housing needs report was there. I don't see a budget for it in 2024, so that was started this year. Is that correct?
The entire, I think the budget was 25,000 for the interim housing report, and it came in around 21 as a total. So there was a bit of a carry forward. Those are the about numbers.
That's the one that came out in
September. And then it also came out at the very end of 2024, which was required, and then we put a bit more meat on it to support the OCP, and that was the report that Will from Urban Matters presented to council, I think in September.
so that's all together.
Yeah, that was a combined project, just a two-step to meet one of the many provincial deadlines.
Thank you for that clarification, Councilor Cooper.
I see OCP planning and zoning bylaws, so I'm assuming that we're having an OCP update coming up, and I thought that we had that budgeted, that money set aside from a reserve or for something else before. Did we not, or is this all? For some reason, in my mind, I had a memory that OCP funding we had set aside somewhere else. Is that correct, or am I could be wrong. I'm just
Ms. Brown?
You could be, sorry, you could be very right. I might have misnamed that reserve. Let me just check. It's in the financial services reserve, and I do have $132,000 set aside. So that would be my incorrection. So I will have that corrected.
So then that OCP is gonna come from another fund, and
The
basically,
OCP should be coming from that
Thank you.
reserve, not the asset operating. My apologies. That was my oversight.
So then for my clarification, the 115 in 2026 would not be needed. Is that correct?
So the 115
Yes.
and the 115 in 2026 would be coming from the financial stabilization reserve, which is where the OCP funds are derived from. However, the $70,000, there should have been a split between the asset operating and the financial stabilization reserve, and I put it all in one in error. So I will make sure to correct that for the first round.
Okay, thank you.
so it's
Thank-
decreasing the 122,000
It's
down,
just adding the,
and it's
the
putting,
transfer.
adding the new transfer there, yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Thanks for raising the question. Mr. Armstrong, supplemental?
Oh, yeah, no worries. There's also that we'll just, as we're kind of balancing the reserves that this is coming from, we also just need to make sure that we spend out of that capacity for local government fund as well. So we'll use that one first, and then the CFO will find the appropriate ones thereafter.
Excellent.
That's the money, the money that was given to municipalities for all the planning legislation that came. It was about 157,000, just to refresh council's memory.
You can keep giving us money because we really need it. Okay, anything else from Ms. Brown? If not, anything else from council with regards to planning and development services? Okay, with that, 1, 2, 3, they're done. Any other items? If not, then on, see if there's magically a resolution is going to appear.
I'm just waiting on.
Pocus, pocus, look at that.
How that works.
Looking for a mover? Counselor Rutledge, seconded by Counselor Manuel. No discussion. I see no discussion. All those in favor of the motion? Those opposed? Carried unanimously. And Mr. Jeniger, you were gonna speak, there's no new business, but there's new information with relative to a meeting, scheduled meeting for tomorrow. Are you able to share that?
Yeah, so basically, this is the point at which our CFO needs a little bit more time to do some last minute tweaks that, again, we're just trying to find every last dollar we can to keep impacts on taxpayers down. So there's been a rush of work, the director's team, to find those bits. But although this looks simple on paper here, there's a lot of complexity behind the scenes. Everything touches everything else. So our CFO does need some time to make sure what you're seeing on here is correct. So I think our CFO was hoping for, I believe, the last week in January. No, last week in January. Yeah, so the week of the 26th to the 30th. Hoping that council has some availability. If the same time works for you, like 5 o'clock, that would be great. Mr. That you can just freely discuss, look at your calendars and.
So do we want to just throw out the Tuesday night, the 27th? Does that work?
I would not be available.
Okay, so Monday night? I'm seeing nodding heads. I'm not here, having anybody throw anything at me. So let's go for the 26th at 5 p.m. Is that work for you?
I'll look
Ms.
for a
Brown?
nod from Ms. Brown as well. Is January 26th?
26, no good for me.
Oh, good for you. Okay.
Oh, there he is.
We'll just keep trying.
I
a
thought
day at a
maybe
time.
you were stuck in the ditch along Elk Road.
Oh no, I've been here.
28th, Wednesday.
So did you say did or
It
did not?
didn't. I hear didn't work.
Okay, so 28th. Does anybody, does the 28th not work for anybody?
I'm gonna have to go home and confirm for sure.
So tentatively, we're set for the 28th, and then maybe just send out an email tonight or at some
Yeah.
point in time.
We'll get confirmation via email just to make sure, and then we'll publish that for the public as well.
Okay. And thank you for holding me accountable on my inappropriate comment that what we had tonight was simple. There was a lot of background. It didn't seem that intense. My apologies.
It's like with athletes and artists. If they're really good, it looks simple and easy, right?
And we thank you for that, Ms. Brown.
Oh, and did we mention Wild Site? Oh, we have an update regarding the Wild Site that you asked about yesterday, the Wild Site program that is funded 100% by the town of Golden, Wild Safe, sorry. Do you want to say anything about that?
Sure. So I looked into the application and the coverage and the annual reports. And it looks like the only service that is provided to the rural area is if there's like a problem bear in the area, they'll deliver a sign. But it appears that about like 90% at least of the work is being completed within the town of Golden. And so that's an application that we make to the provincial program every year. There's a minimum that we must pay, and then the province covers the rest of those costs. So we're only paying a small part of the total cost of the program.
Thank you for that follow-up, and it's appreciated. So, yeah. I retract my statement as far as the shared service. Appreciated. No new business. We've got the date. The next meeting is council, Thursday meeting is council, just for everybody's information. Don't worry about tomorrow night at 5 p.m. And with that, motion to adjourn. Now I gotta look to you. Second by Councilor Manuel, moved by Councilor Dale. Are you moving the motion or voting in favor of it, or do you have a question? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried unanimously. My apologies, Councilor Dale. We got you there. Adjourned.